麦卡伦从橡实到餐桌，把威士忌制成包括橡木桶、包括雪莉桶厂、包括雪莉酒的每一个制成完整的控制之后，让麦卡伦达成他心目中想要的美好风味。这就是这个展览我最有感的地方。
我们这一次就是有一个很不一样的麦卡伦雪莉装360体验。
什么是360？360
呢，其实3就代表麦卡伦的3个核心酒款，就是经典雪莉桶系列，然后双雪莉桶系列跟真材系列。6是代表我们的所有的酒力都来自于我们的6大标准。而0呢，其实是麦卡伦风味核心手工定制雪莉橡木桶，从上往下看。
所以橡木桶上面就是个圆
这样的桶盖。对，这个其实是麦卡伦全新酒厂波浪形的屋顶。
是。
对，那在这边我们想向老师介绍一下麦卡伦非常深厚的历史背景。创始者亚历山大·瑞，他选择一条艰难的道路，他使用小型蒸馏器去创造出我们富含果香啊、麦芽香气的一个新酒。而后呢，下一位执掌者 James Stewart， 他深知呢，其实原料的品质会深深影响威士忌的风味，所以他坚持使用当地所产的大麦。下一位执掌者呢，就是称为麦卡伦建筑师，叫做 Roger Camp。他从这个时候开始，他坚持麦卡伦要用雪莉橡木桶熟成。那这个其实也是麦卡伦风味一个非常重要的转捩点。这位执掌者叫 Jenny Hobinson， 他是1918年的时候执掌麦卡伦。
我对他印象非常深刻，在上一次200周年的展览，我对一个女性的执掌者印象非常深刻。
对，那他改变了整个麦卡伦的品牌精神，我们要为未来去做准备，而不是只关注当下。下一位呢，他是一对兄弟，叫做 Peter 跟 Alan Chiak。
我知道他们最早让麦卡伦透过一些电视啦或电影的行销方式，让大家认知到麦卡伦有多厉害，这样对不对？
跨网全世界。这200年来呢，这6位执掌者其实形塑了麦卡伦的品牌精神跟工艺，所以也是现在大家所熟知的6大标准。
这个我就非常熟悉了，一个是欧洲橡木，一个是美洲橡木。
是，那这个其实是麦卡伦的手工定桶的供应链所打造出来的2种不一样的雪莉橡木桶。我们在这样子的手工定桶雪莉桶的选择下呢，我们创造出了3款不一样的核心酒款，
就是360当中的3。
对，我们来看看是哪3款。麦卡伦其实今年2025年我们迈向了第3世纪，老师可以看到我们今年的核心酒款有3个全新不一样的视觉包装。经典雪莉桶，它去象征的这支酒，它用的是欧洲红橡木，是白色跟红色呢是双雪莉桶的象征，代表美国白橡木以及欧洲红橡木。真材系列呢，它的白色象征于荷兰这个地方的白垩土，孕育出巴罗米诺这样的葡萄；黄色的地方呢，象征西班牙这边炙热的阳光。也致敬麦卡伦的自然酒色。我们等一下会走过一段旅程，这段旅程叫橡实到餐桌，那也是麦卡伦风味的诞生的一个过程。那么第一个就是麦卡伦的第2个故乡，西班牙的荷雷斯。那这边是雪莉酒的，
先从雪莉酒开始。
对，他们有一个很特别的陈年系统，叫做索雷拉。
索雷拉 system，
它算是葡萄酒界的奇迹，因为索雷拉，所以我们可以用巴罗米诺酿造出很多不同类型的雪莉酒。那除了索雷拉之外，另外一个就是它的风土。
白垩土，
那白垩土其实表面它非常的坚硬，它可以反射夏天炙热的阳光，是。然后里面它是柔软的，它可以保留一些水分，让葡萄藤往下生长的时候，它可以获取到一些养分，所以非常适合巴罗米诺这样的葡萄去做生长。有了雪莉酒之后呢，我们也需要桶厂。是。那目前麦卡伦制作的桶厂有2间，一间是特巴萨，那另外一间是巴斯马，一个是专精欧洲橡木，一个是专精美国橡木。
那这2个桶子都是用 Valedespino 的雪莉酒放进去吗？
目前是。我们想要让大家更了解这个故事，所以 Valedespino 为麦卡伦呢，就是创造出一款全新的 Vermouth， 就是这款 Origen。这支 Origen 呢，它的这个字，它就是英文的 Origin， 它代表风味的起源。我想要跟老师一起喝一杯 Origen。
好啊，
老师，我们试试看。
这是我熟悉的 Vermouth，
有点陈皮啊。
这再加一点威士忌，它就是完美的曼哈顿。
也是 Yarborough 也可以。 老师有没有觉得它的风味是非常的优雅？
对啊，对啊，不是那种过分强烈的气味，是优雅而细腻的那种香草植物感受，这样。
它有一些明亮的酸度在里面。
对啊，这个 Vermouth 做的真的很好。
我们现在要进入麦卡伦庄园，那我相信老师去过很多次，对不对？
新酒厂我就拜访过了2次。我们现在喝的这个新的麦卡伦杯子，还有一个特别的弧形，是不是就是麦卡伦的屋顶的形状？
果然，就是瞒不了老师。果然，老师
这很重要的。还有像这个我也了解了，这个就是麦卡伦最重要、精致小小的蒸馏器。是，因为蒸馏器就决定一家酒厂威士忌风味的酒厂精神。没错，所以这个小蒸馏器就决定了麦卡伦的原酒会长什么样子。这个我也了解啊，因为我去过酒厂，他们曾经用这个孔雀羽毛来表示自然酒色这件事情。这就是你刚刚刚开始跟我们开宗明义说的，麦卡伦最重要的精神就是从橡实到餐桌，对，每一个环节都完整的控制，才能够掌握出最完美的麦卡伦品质。我这样说的对不对？
没错。
我认识他 ，David Kirsteen 就是新包装的设计者。
这边先问一下老师，
是，
当你在滑 Facebook 跟 Instagram， 你看不看文字？
我们大部分都是看图像而已。
没错，所以这次 David Kirsteen 他把很多的讯息视觉化、图像化。那老师有去过酒厂，波浪形的屋顶是这一次设计的一个非常重要的 concept。是，它会从麦卡伦的字体3个 A 当中连接起来，一直到外盒包装。那一直到麦卡伦酒瓶的胸口就有这个 wave 的图案。那另外一个呢，我觉得最棒的是 David Kirsteen 把风味用图像画在酒标的背面，所以我觉得对于无论是品饮者，或者是我们已经有老花眼，相对的友善，
我没有老花眼，
相对的友善，
我觉得这很重要，因为其实很多人都需要我们来提示威士忌的风味是什么，这种直白的风味来提示。
今年雪莉桶18年一直是麦卡伦一个非常重要的一个指标，老师可以看一下它的颜色、它的风味，其实它就是来自于我们最著名的欧洲红橡木雪莉。
很多人会问说，换了新包装，麦卡伦的风味会有改变吗？
跟老师分享这次新包装，他们传达一个 concept 叫做经典重艺，风格形色。所谓的经典重艺是里面是一样的 quality， 一样的工艺，一样的风味，但是外面要更有当代的一个风格，
所以风味是不改变。对，我之前研究过葡萄酒的杯子，像你们这次新设计的麦卡伦杯型有这样弧度啊，我相信在凹的弧度跟拱起来的弧度，每个不同地方所品饮到的威士忌风味应该是不一样的。是，
我们也希望消费者或者是品饮者在品饮的过程当中，能够更有探索的乐趣，
很值得收藏。
我们再试试看。这支酒其实它还是有麦卡伦非常标志性的，像椰枣、巧克力、香料感在，所以我觉得在你喝到这些风味的背后，其实它就隐藏着我们刚刚一直跟大家分享到的麦卡伦强大的雪莉桶工艺，去确保我们有一样的 quality。
来这里也有扭蛋游戏耶，让我扭扭看好不好？
没问题，没问题。
麦卡伦典藏明信片，
明信片在这边。
哎，好漂亮的明信片，上面写了我的愿望，希望老婆送我一瓶麦卡伦。这次很特别的是，麦卡伦的酿酒大师 Kirsteen 第一次来台湾，我还特别带了凤梨酥来试看台湾在地的甜点风味。Hi, Kirsteen. Welcome to Taiwan.
Hi, Stephen. It's great to meet you. Yeah, so excited to be here.
I heard last night you tried some Taiwanese food.
I did. My first meal in Taiwan, so some really interesting flavors.
So something impressing you?
I love the fried chicken, actually. It was so nice. But yeah, we had some amazing pairings for the evening meal with the Macallan as well, so it was very nice.
Today I prepared really Taiwan dessert called pineapple cake.
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, really?
Not yet. I've heard all about the pineapple cake, but I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, really? When we're drinking whiskey, we will describe some tropical fruit flavor.
Tropical, yes.
Pineapple is a tropical fruit.
Yeah. It works perfectly, I think. Yeah. So.
dry fruit flavor, familiar like sherry cask flavor.
Very nice. We need a whiskey beside it, I think.
Sometimes I will use the food with Macallan to do a pairing.
Yes.
Especially Taiwanese food is very suitable for a sherry cask. I think that's why a lot of people love Macallan.
And the style that Macallan is recognized for and loved.
我之前在阅读资料的时候，一直对于麦卡伦636次的感官测试非常感兴趣啊！这是趁着 Kirsteen 来，要好好的问清楚这到底是怎么回事。When I study Macallan, one thing I'm very curious: 636 sensory taste. What does that mean, and how to do it?
So the way we describe our approach to whiskey making is obsession with quality. So we check every single thing along the way from acorn to glass, we refer to it. So it's everything in how the cask is made, very precise checks in Spain. Then when it comes to the whiskey making and the Macallan Whiskey Mastery team, it's checks at every single point in Scotland. So we obviously check the quality and the consistency of the new make spirit that comes from the stills. There it's about quality, consistency. The casks when they arrive in Scotland are all nosed when they're empty to check that they're okay to fill with the spirit. And then it's not just a case of putting the casks into warehouse and leaving them till they're needed for the 12 or the 15, 18 beyond. We actually go in and sample the casks as they're maturing, because it's really important for us to have a deep understanding of how the flavour's developing, how the natural colour's developing. We have information on how the stock is maturing in the warehouse, and then when it comes to making each batch of whisky for bottling, we again go back and sample, nose the casks before we make our final selection. So combination of the empty casks, the new make spirit, the sampling as the stock's maturing, and sampling again at the point of whiskey making, on average that works out to about 630 nose and checks per dram. So yeah, it's very intense.
First time I heard the 636 sensory test. I think this job very suitable for me.
You would love it. You would love it. Yeah, we have a team of 8 within the Macallan, and that's part of the reason why, is because we're checking and assessing so many casks.
I can join.
You could recruit. You could recruit with
I can join the last part when you finish. This good whiskey.
The final testing.
Yes. Yeah. The number 636 is a secret number, or what's that mean?
It's an average. It's an average of the casks, the spirit, the final whiskey making. So across the whole portfolio, you know, in a year we nose tens of thousands of casks. This year we're going to be assessing about 60,000 casks. The key thing for us is checking at every single stage. And the whiskies are made cask by cask. It's not that we take a selection of casks, tip them into vat and then check. We're checking every single cask before we use them.
What makes Macallans different? What do you think?
Fundamentally for us it's the importance of our sherry cask, but what makes us unique is that this year we just announced ownership. So we now have ownership of sawmills, both in the USA and the north of Spain, that provide the American oak and the European oak respectively. We also have cooperages in Jerez, one that specialises in creating the American cask and one that specialises in the European cask. And the third and very important part of that is obviously the sherry wine, and we now have ownership there as well. You'll probably have heard of the brand Valedespino. So for us it's incredible. Yes, we've had over decades and decades, we've had amazing relationships with suppliers in Spain for the continued quality of our sherry cask, but this is now taking it to the next level and actually owning that entire cask supply chain through both ownership and partnership. So for us it's really exciting. It's securing quality and sustainability of our casks going into the future. So yes, it's brilliant.
So Macallan almost control all the whiskey making detail.
Yeah, so we've got everything. You know, we refer to it as acorn to glass. So everything from the oak trees right the way through to the final whiskies.
我们在研究威士忌的时候，一直觉得传承跟创新是威士忌之所必要，但是我们似乎又觉得过分的理所当然。这次酿酒大师来，我们要特别问清楚，在麦卡伦超过200年的历史当中，身为一位酿酒大师是如何突破创新，并且做出属于他自己的想象力，放到威士忌当中。So Macallan have so many strong heritage as a master whiskey maker. How do you put your creative idea into the Macallan?
Yeah, so the first part of my role has been guardian of that legacy and all the foundations that have been laid before me. So continuing that, you know, the craftsmanship, the quality, and ensuring that into the future. But the other exciting part, of course, to the role is being involved in new creations as well. So we have our core, but it's looking at, well, since I joined, even within the core, we created the colour collection. So that was new to the range. Limited editions, Distill Your World, A Night on Earth, the Harmony collection, and for me, what's been incredibly special is working on the Red collection, some of our ultra prestige.
I love that.
And with all our new creations, they have the signature style of Macallan, you know, as the foundation, but then we look to create new flavours. You know, so some of our expressions, here we've got the sherry oak, but with some of our expressions we'll use more American oak. You know, sometimes there's, you know, unusual flavours, like particularly with the Distill Your World, we're looking for very distinctive flavours that are different, very different for Macallan.
So for your creation, you think non-age statement is very important?
I think, you know, there's absolutely a place for both, and we have non-age statement within a very solid portfolio of age statements, you know, everything from 12-year-old we've released right through to 84-year-old.
Yes.
But then what it allows us to do is, for certain new expressions, it gives us more freedom as whiskey makers. So the one that I would describe as it being really important for us to have that freedom is the Distill Your World range. So that's where, as a member of the whiskey maker team, we select one whiskey maker to go to a city and explore that entire city in terms of the food, the aromas, the sights, the sounds, the culture, the people, then come back to Scotland and create our personal representation of that in a whiskey. And to do that, we need to explore the entire inventory. So it allows us the freedom to look for specific flavours and to create that very inspiring whiskies. There's absolutely room for both. And sometimes we need the freedom.
I love your non-age statement have so many freedom and creation idea. But the same, I love your age statement.
Yeah, whether it's an age statement or whether it's non-age, which we call flavour-led.
Yes.
Integrity and quality is everything. You know, our reputation's been built up over 200 years.
Yes.
So, you know, that comes first and foremost, whether it's an age or a non-age statement. So Stephen, how do you fancy trying a Macallan now? I think we should.
I look forward to drinking.
25 or the 30? Or? So you want to try both?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's open this one first. So this is our 25 sherry oak.
Yes.
I love that noise. Shall we do Slanja?
Slanja.
Slanja.
Smells so good. This is why I say the pineapple cake have this kind of dry fruit flavor.
Yeah, it's very rich and intense in dried fruits, isn't it? Dates. And
ginger and cinnamon, a lot of spices flavor. Yeah. I love it.
So that's very iconic for the European sherry style.
What do you think the best balance for the European oak?
It's a combination, particularly for our sherry oak range, of the sweet ginger.
Sweet ginger.
Yeah. For me in the 25, it's like crystallized ginger, so you're getting the nice gentle heat from the ginger, but also the lovely sweetness.
Warm in mouth.
Yeah, and we work a lot on, there's 4 things that are key when we're approving our final whiskies in the sample room.
Yeah.
We come together as a team. We first of all check the natural colour. You know, it needs to hit the natural colour that we're looking for. Then of course the aroma. So we're looking for all those lovely aromas that we just described. Then of course the taste. And also very important to us is the finish and the texture of the whiskey. You want that richness, the smoothness, you want the finish in the whiskey to continue. You'll still be getting those lovely flavours now and still enjoying, you know, the sweet sticky dates, the hint of treacle, and the lovely warm spices on the finish.
Taiwanese food always a lot of spiciness. We use the ginger to do the spice flavor.
Yes.
And our food always, just like you described the Macallan, rich, warm. So I think that's why Taiwanese food is very suitable for the Macallan.
Exactly, it sounds like the perfect combination, really.
Yes.
Yeah. And you want for foods like that, as you described, that have lots of strong flavours, you want a big, bold whiskey.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
But I think, you know, I would describe it as bold, but also elegant as well. There is an elegance there. Shall we try the 30? It's sitting here, so why not? Would you like to open this one, Stephen?
It's my honor.
Twist it, yeah.
Wow, that more elegant.
Very elegant, isn't it? And 30 years old, obviously the whiskey's becoming more and more scarce. We are losing more and more to the angel share.
How many percentage left in the cask?
30 years old, we've lost over a third of the volume, so we've probably lost between 30 and 40% of the cask. Yeah. So, but what the good thing is, yes, we're losing alcohol, but we're also concentrating up the flavours that are in the cask. They're becoming more pronounced. There's also other reactions taking place. So, for me, the elegance comes from new notes appearing. So, for me, there's more tropical in the 30, and especially on the palate.
Very interesting. 25 is younger, 30 is old, but there's a dry fruit more, but it's a fresh fruit more.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's the evolution as the whiskey matures.
Yeah.
In terms of the flavours that are still coming from the cask, but the whiskey is also evolving. The flavours within the whiskey are also evolving, and we're creating new flavours. So let's taste this one.
Yes. For me, whiskey maturing is a mystery. We don't know what time, what kind of flavor will come out. How do you decide it? You can use your creation, and you can design this flavor. How do you do that?
There is some science behind it, and you know, we do some analysis, and we look at how whiskies evolve over time and how flavors are created. But it really comes down to hands-on whiskey making and sampling of the casks.
Yeah.
So it's having a deep understanding. With the older casks, we sample them more regularly to check the quality. And for this 30-year-old, for example, we only make one batch per year.
Yeah.
And it can be more of a challenge because you're using a fewer number of casks. And as you've described, Stephen, the maturation is unique for every single cask. So when we bring them together, any slight nuance in a smaller batch can be more
challenge, you get together and get the flavor you want.
Yeah, exactly. But we always keep finessing and maybe sampling more stock until we get the balance just absolutely right for the...
So if I drink in the 30 years old, I will look for the different year batch, the flavor a little bit different.
We aim for consistency, so we always compare it versus the previous to keep it as close as
consistent.
We can. Yeah. But it's great. We love making these, of course, in the sample room.
麦卡伦25年跟30年是我非常熟悉的酒款，但是这一次我跟酿酒大师一起品饮的时候，我更能够深刻的感受到经典背后充满不懈的努力。Macallan cooperate with some artists and photographer and different brand. What do you get inspired from the collaboration?
Yeah, we do look outside the Macallan. Obviously, we can take a lot of inspiration from within the brand, but it's nice to also look outside. So I've been involved in a few collaborations so far. One which you might have heard of is the Macallan and Bentley collaboration, where we created the Horizon whiskey. And I also love cars, so that was a great project to work on. So for that whiskey, it was about bringing the essence of Macallan and the essence of Bentley together. And I got to go to the Bentley facility and see the cars.
Old
being
craftsman
made.
stuff, you know, the inside beautiful.
Exactly, exactly. And the things that I took away, as you say, some of the interiors, so the wood veneers in the wood shop, and seeing the precision in the creation of those wood veneers, the aromas as well, and the sounds. It was very personal to me because my dad was a carpenter, so it took, you know, when sensory can evoke memories, that one was a really personal memory, and the smells.
Yeah, smell.
So I wanted to bring that into the whiskey. The leather shop as well, where they have all the beautiful leathers and obviously the wonderful aromas, and again it's the attention to detail, the stitching for the interiors, incredible. The final thing for me that really stood out was at the end stage in the factory where the cars are coming through for the final inspection.
Yes.
When you look along that line, no two cars are the same.
Yeah.
You know, it got me thinking about the link to casks, and as we were describing each cask, you know, we tightly control all the craftsmanship of the cask, but again there's that magic that's down to nature, and you have nuances between each cask, and each cask brings a little bit of something different. So I brought that into the whiskey as well, and the overall sort of theme for me was boldness and elegance, because I think a Bentley car looks very bold on the road. When you see it, you know it's a Bentley, and it's got that lovely bold shape, but it's also got a real elegance to it. So I wanted to bring that into the whiskey.
So I think craftsmanship to the end in the world, I think almost the same, right?
Yeah, the synergies were great.
Especially you talk about the later smell, wood smell. I sometimes I get from the Macallan.
Yes, exactly. So these are more pronounced in the Horizon whiskey. So yeah, that was a great.
They talk about the same story.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Kirsteen. I enjoyed this time you present the Macallan.
It's my pleasure, Stephen, and maybe we'll chat again in Taiwan or maybe Scotland next at the Macallan estate, who knows.
I hope you'll stay in Taiwan, enjoy Taiwanese food.
Yes, I look forward to some more.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's toast with the Macallan 30 again.
Thank you.